Welcome to this training video on how to install the CCG and the modem to your PC or server. In this training video, we will show you how to install this as a service as well as to test to make sure that the modem is working. Before you install the CCG, you must make sure that you have the USB modem over here. Now, the modem will come with an antenna and a USB cable. We have currently two types of modems. If you look at it, we have a 3G modem and a 4G modem. To install the modem, first you insert the SIM card into the slot here in this orientation and push it in until you hear a click. Next, you insert the USB cable into your server or PC. Now let's go to the device manager to see whether the USB modem has been detected. Device manager here. Now notice that there are some undetected USB serial port over here. So what we need to do for such cases is to install the driver. By doing that, you right click, select update driver software, browse my computer, and in the setup disk you should see a folder called FT232R USB driver. Let's go to here, let's select this and click OK. Okay, once you have done that, you'll notice that you have a COM port of COM98. If the modem is working properly, you should see the LED blinking in this manner. If it's blinking regularly, it means it's connected to 3G. If it blinks in the double the rate, it means it's connected to 4G. In this case, the modem here clearly shows it's a 3G modem. If you need to reset the modem for whatever reason, you just have to pull up the USB cable and reinsert it back like this. Okay, I'll pull from here. Now, once you have reset the modem, you'll see the light blinking in this manner. First, it will be a stable light, and after a few seconds, it will start blinking. Here. From the setup disk, you go to CCG, setup.exe, and right click to run as an administrator. Next, accept the agreement. Next, you can default to C drive CCG. Next, and install. You'll be able to see the CCG here. The COM port of the CCG. You go to Device Manager. Look for the ports. This should be the one, COM98. So you go to CCG, look for CCG SMS.ini file, and under link 1 you change to COM98 and save. Now let's see whether it works. You right click on the CCG exe. Okay, if the link shows idle, it means that it is able to communicate with the modem. The number 3 refers to the signal strength. Now let's try to send out an SMS. To do that, you go to the command prompt. Let's change it to C drive CCG. There's a subfolder called command line. Okay, let's do a simple test. Let's try net page, your handphone number, SMS, testing 1 2 3. Now you take a look at this particular portion. The link will show busy while sending the SMS, and once it is done, it will return back to idle. And over here you see that the CCG has received one job and has completed one job and one successful SMS being sent. Now let's try again. 1 2 3. Send 3 more. So there's 3 2 1, and now nothing in the queue, and it goes back to idle. Next, we need to install this to run as a Windows service. Now, in the CCG folder, you see a subfolder called Service Installation. Now, just go in there and look for this file called Install CCG Service. You right click, Run as Administrator, and that's it. To find out whether it is successful, let's go to the Windows Services. It is over here, CCG Service. Now let's go to the properties. We need to set it to delay start, automatic delay start. We need to be delayed because sometimes once you have rebooted the server, the modem will take some time to initialize. Let's apply this. Now it's important to note that you cannot run the service and the application together. So let's stop the application. Or before that, let me try to show you the task manager. Now under processes, you see CCG over here. Now when you close this application, the process should disappear. If it doesn't disappear, you need to end the process. Now let's run the CCG service. Right click, stop. Once it's started, you'll notice that there's no Windows GUI to show whether the CCG is running or not. One way to try is you go to the command line and try to send some messages out. You notice that if the CCG is running, you see a response like this: message from the gateway 1 sent to CCG, and you should receive an SMS on your phone. We have a supporting application called the CCG Mon that can provide you a visual status of the CCG service. Now let's go to the set up this. There's a folder called CCG Mon. Setup. You right click the setup, exe, run as administrator. I recommend installing to the CCG Mon folder, and then you click on this icon. Keep this file. Just click yes to all. Now once you have done that, let's go to the C drive, CCG Mon, and right click and run as administrator. Okay, over here it has many squares. Each square represents a link, and usually the system will check, this application will check the CCG every minute automatically. However, you can click on the check button to manually check the status. Notice the first square has a 3 there. Remember previously when you run the CCG, the first link represents the modem link and the 3 represents the signal strength. Over here, receive completed send queue. That reflects the same status that you'd see on the CCG. What this means is that once you see a green square, it means that the CCG is running and the link is working. So let's try to stop this CCG service. Okay. Once it's stopped, now let me do a manual check. Okay. You notice that the entire, all the squares are red and there's a beeping sound. It means that the CCG is not running. You can mute it if you want, but you still show red here. Now let me run this as an application. No. Okay, I have restarted the CCG and running it as an application. Now let's do a quick check again. It shows here 6. So the first square represents the modem link. The second link is an email. What this means is that the CCG can send out an email and SMS. So let's ignore the email for the moment. Now imagine, let's say the link, okay, is sending an SMS now. So now the receive is 1, completed 1, successful is 1. You will do a check manually. You show this reflects the status of this: receive, completed, send is successful. I will go through the details of the CCG mon at a separate video. But what happens is that the CCG mon can also check the status. If there's any change of status, you can notify somebody here. So I'll leave this for another session. Now, if we want to find out whether there's any log that is created by the CCG, there's one over here under the CCG log folder. Whenever there's any message being sent or received, it will create a daily log file here. You have to right click, open with WordPad. It's good to have no wrap so that you can see all messages in one line. The first column represents the status. Shelf means it's successfully sent, followed by the handphone number, the IP address which the command line is triggered from, the timestamp which the CCG received the message, the timestamp which the CCG has completed sending the message. This is represents the link number, because you only have one link for the modem, so it is always one. Now imagine you have 10 modems, so this number represents which modem the SMS is sent from. This is an internal sequence number, the status of the message and the message itself. This timestamp is year, month, day, hour, minute, second. So from here you notice that it takes 3 seconds to send out this message.